lessons. This video is about TPR, and I'm going to put some links below that will help you look further into what TPR is all about. When I first started with VIPKID, I had no idea what TPR was, and I learned that it stands for Total Physical Response. And what that means is it's more than just adding motions to words. As a VIPKID teacher, you should feel a little bit like you get a workout each class because your hands never stay idle. So if you're someone who likes to talk with their hands, this job is definitely for you. TPR is about getting the students to associate emotion or action with the language. Whether it's with phonics sounds, vocabulary, or grammar, the VIPKID teacher should be using actions to help students succeed in their lessons. I'm going to give you a phonics example. Let's say that a student is learning the letter H. And to teach the sound, the teacher does the action letter H. You want the student to copy what you do, and by having them place their hand near their mouth and making the sound, they will be able to associate that action with the letter, and it helps commit more of that information to their memory, and it helps them, it's been proven that this helps them be more successful with learning the language. And that leads into blending letters together. Let's say that you're learning how to blend the AT words, at. And you'll be using, I'm going to just show this to you too. When you get ready to do your interview, make sure that you have a whiteboard. So just as an example, in one of the early lessons, like level 2, the students will be learning at. And they're going to be learning about the letter sounds. You may have the letter C, H, M, and they'll be learning about each of these. And they do give you a list of each action is for H. So if the student sees at, hat, they can put it together. So that's just an example of using TPR with phonics. Using TPR with vocabulary, you will match emotion with a word. There are some very easy vocabulary words that fit well with TPR, like hands. In level 1, students will be learning the word hands, nose, all different body parts. So it's easy to be able to put emotion like that with them. And remember, TPR is not just about motions, it's about using the physical response to get the student to react and say the word as well. I put up a little video last week, and that shows a clip of me teaching the vocabulary hands and feet to the students, and you can watch in that little 1-minute clip, you can see how the student got used to watching me, hands. What are these? These are hands. And eventually he was able to say the word hands without having me to say it first and him repeat. And so that's very important. It's to get the student to respond in a physical way and respond back with that vocabulary. All right, older students. Now, if you're teaching a 12-year-old, an 11-year-old, you're not going to want to be, oh, sun, rain. You are not going to want to make it juvenile. Please don't make it juvenile to them. They'll see right through that. But there are ways of using TPR with the older students. And one way that I have found to be very successful is the importance of a student answering back to you in a complete sentence. And I learned this from one of the workshops I attended, is the teacher was showing how anytime a student would just answer in a one word, she would remind them, now please answer in a complete sentence. If a teacher asks, what is this, in level 2 or 3 or 4, the student shouldn't just say, a hand. The student should answer in a complete sentence. Sentence, please. This is a hand. And that's the student should be responding back in a complete sentence. That is a very important part of the VIPKID program and curriculum. All right, and then one other thing, this is very important to your interview. You want the student to understand with basic motions what their job is. This is what I found was very successful, and it was also successful for me in my interview. You are going to have to teach a word or letter. They'll give you an assignment of a lesson that you will teach. And remember, when you're interviewing, it's going to be with an adult pretending to be a child. So they'll be watching you and hoping that you will be performing with TPR to help the student understand what you're trying to get them to do. So here's what I found is very successful. When it's the word that you want the student to listen to, let's say you're teaching the word tiger. Tiger, tiger. When you point to your chin, you're bringing the student's attention to watch what's happening with your mouth. What is the teacher saying? When you make the motion to cup your ear, you want the student to respond and repeat back, echo back, repeat back. So these two motions are very important. The other is, putting your hands to your chest for it's my turn, and then motioning them out for it's your turn. There's a song that's so sweet. I love it's a VIPKID song. It's the Hello song. And you can use motions to it too, but when you're teaching a song, this is right up my alley with teaching music. It's my turn first. It's your turn. My turn, your turn. So, hello, how are you? And that just shows, you can understand that, right? My turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. So remember those little tips when you're preparing for your interview. They are looking for TPR. They are looking for total physical response. And I hope this little video is helpful, and I'll put more links below so you can learn more about it. Thanks for watching.